All right, so I think we're live. Let's see. We are live, I believe. Just take a look at YouTube here, see how this is going. Okay, cool, we're live. I'm gonna grab that link. Now we might as well hit that thumbs up button. We're gonna go ahead and put it into our Discord channel, of course. There we go. So if people want to join, they can. We already have the picker wheel ramped up, ready to go for later today. We're going to be picking 2 lucky winners. We did not have someone claim theirs, so that will be something that is going on today. Sorry about this. I am just making sure everything is up and running. Hello, Gary. Nice to have you here. Movie Star, nice to have you as well. Oh, Negro's here. Wally's here. Your power animal tells you to slide. Love it. Love it. Yes, he is referring to King Penguin. Gotta love that. Or King Biscuit. I call him Penguin. But yeah, no, King Biscuit, who is a penguin. That's what I meant to say. Nice to see you as well, Christine K. Nice to have you here. How's my energy tonight? My energy tonight is very, very good. Things are going well. Good day to you, Ray. Nice to have you here. Also, Christine K sent, actually, yes, no, that is good. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry, that was a different thing. Okay, so we're good. We are just starting on Facebook. I haven't done anything today at all, as you can see by the fact that my energy is absolutely filled up. You're on server 20. Okay. Yes. No, I understand that. I understand that. I mean, I guess you could potentially consider moving servers. I don't have a problem with that. Although I don't think I have the free one anymore, so I don't know if I could do it. Yes, thank you for hitting that thumbs up button, guys. I do appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you, guys. So here I'm going to go ahead and do some of these. Let's see. We're going to do some of these expeditions here. Also, I'm going to turn on the light behind me because it feels like it's a little bit darker than normal. Maybe I'm crazy. All right, so we got that going on. We got this 3-hour one, which is important because we can do that one twice. We're also going to have the 6-hour one going, and now we just have to do these last 10-minute and 15-minute expeditions respectively, right? And it's still a little early, so we still have time before this change. We better collect our Outland chests before the expiration of this map, right? You got to do it. Got to make sure you finish all your map rewards before the map resets. So with that, I think I've done them all. Let's see. Let's make sure. I think we've done all 10. Patrolling. Yes, we've done all 10. It's very tough to do if you miss one. There's really no room for error on that, which is kind of unfortunate. But yes, so we did that. And today I do want to talk a bit about King Biscuit, and we'll be looking at kind of what we're doing for the event. So I'm trying to make sure I can finish almost all these tabs. I did end up getting the frame and avatar. All right, so we got the penguin frame. I'm not going to, well, I guess I could change the avatar as well. Let's see, where is it? For this event, I'm not sure which one it is. I think it might be Biscuit's Dreams. But anyway, we'll do that for this particular event. Daily quests. Okay, so we just did those two. We do want to enchant a glyph. Always need to enchant a glyph. We're working on Faceless here. Faceless is getting some more health. There we go. So I've got that. We'll definitely be talking about King Biscuit today, and I want to talk about some patronage. So one thing that Hero Wars set out on their own is they have King Biscuit here with 5 heroes, and they said, who would you give patronage to? So we'll definitely be talking about this for sure. I think the obvious answer is Celeste off the top of my head, but we can look at it a little bit more closely. So they have Aurora, Celeste, Heidi, Orion, and Helios. All are good heroes, of course, in their own right. It just depends on how you want to use them. But we'll talk about this a little bit more shortly. I just want to do a couple more remedial tasks before I jump into that. being like I want to spend some energy because I don't want to be sitting here on the whole stream just having a lot of energy sitting around. So we're going to go ahead and use this 750 energy. We're going to use the majority of it on faceless here and trying to get, actually never mind, we're going to just finish this Lamort card. Let's do that. So we've done it. Okay, so there we go. We're going to create this. We're going to finish off the piercing gaze and equip that to faceless. We've got one more, the creator of worlds, which is a task in itself. So I don't think we'll be able to create all of it right now, but we can try to make some of it at least. So there is some of the helm. Let's see. The good news is we have the Simon's Enlightening done. Simone's Enlightening, however you want to pronounce it. Let's go ahead and try to get some of this Creative Worlds recipe fragment. So we're going to get some, got up to 98 now. That'll work, that'll work. I don't want to promote him using Rarity Fair, nor can I even do that if I wanted to. We also want to spend some more emeralds to get some more energy, because I do, again, want to get as close to finishing off the energy task for this event. I know it's a little bit more of a, I heard it's a pricier event. If you do the stats based off of Axel and the prior event we had there, I personally did not do the math on that, so I don't want to say that I said that because I didn't do the math on it myself, just what I heard. But yes, Jen Webb, I noticed you hit level 60. Which totem did I get? So which totem did I get? I'll show you, but I also got, I'll just tell you right now, I got the Earth totem. I did decide that the Earth totem is the one that I wanted to go with on the web account. So I got that. But we'll see it. Seems King Biscuit is a good match with Celeste. Yes, I do agree. Ray will look into that a little bit more here shortly. Yeah, Christine, we will upgrade for sure. In all seriousness, should I wait until after the event when Biscuit is in the pet boxes and then love warm up instead of trying to do it during this event? I think you should get King Biscuit at least to 1 star. That is my initial thought process. I have him up to 4 stars. I think after 4 stars, it gets kind of pricey. So in my opinion, I would get him at least 1 or 2 stars. And then I would consider, right? I'm not saying that you all should do this, but I would consider going to, okay, this is not what I meant. Let's go to the merchant. I would consider looking at these frosty coffers. The reason being that there are eggs in these, and if you wait until Biscuit gets added, the eggs should be just as good, and you might have a chance at collecting some soul stones of Biscuit. Now I realize that that's a riskier strategy because it's not a guarantee, but it's one way you could play this event. That's all I'm saying. I personally will probably be opening some of these frosty coffers on my server 51 account. I'll do that later today. We'll hop over there right before we choose 2 winners today from the picker wheel, and we'll see what happens because last week's winner did not claim their prize. So because of that, we will have 2 winners today. I've also recently, I know I mentioned this in my Discord channel, but in case you missed it, we have, I've been told via 2 GMs, right? Or, well, I say GMs, 2 overseers of Hero Wars, that I will be getting rewards on web. So that should be happening in 8 days. We'll see if that actually happens. I'll keep you guys updated. But I was told that that will happen. So that's good news for Facebook users as well as web users. That means you'll have 2 separate contests to enter, less competition all around. And that means everyone should be getting rewards. So we'll see what happens. But that is what I've been hearing. That's what I was told as of Thursday of this week, I believe, was when I was told. So just a heads up. Okay, let's see. So if you get Cleaver, there will be a grand prize. That's 5,000 souls. Yes, so I have Cleaver on this account. And after that, the grand prize is 50,000 soul coins. So once you pull Cleaver, Cleaver is an absolute pet by himself. So there's no individual soul stones. So if you pull him from the chest, he's already absolute. And then the next time you pull a Cleaver, you get the grand prize instead, which is soul coins worth, or 50,000 soul coins. And those can, of course, once you get there, you can trade them in at the soul shop. Now, that's what you can do once you have already pulled Cleaver. It is pretty rare to do, but that is kind of how things work with that. The pet chest Won't have King Biscuit in the chest, so no point of waiting. Wally, you're right about the pet chests. So what we're talking about is these, right? So the pet chests, you're right that it's not going to be added to the pet soul chest. But to the eggs, right? So the eggs are these, right? The pet summoning eggs. If you just collect these from opening the frosty coffers, because the frosty coffers are going to have the eggs in them. And I'll show you, I'll open some, not on this account, but on a different account. And I'll show you what I mean by that. And so give me one sec. We'll get there. So first we will talk about, let me see if there's any other events that I can clean up here while I'm on the stream, but it doesn't look like there are too many. So I'm just going to hold on to what I have of King Biscuit. So let's go ahead and take a look at King Biscuit himself. What is the best Kark in your view? So the best Kark in my view is, I mean, I would just get him absolute, and I use him with, I think him with Yasmin is pretty devastating unless your opponent has a Helios. At least in my experience, that's probably the most offensive team. Okay, anyway, sorry. Here's King Biscuit. I have upgraded Biscuit to +1, green +1. I don't have enough Chaos Particles just yet to get him up to purple, which I'd like to do. But we do have him up to purple. And Icy Storm, right, summons an Icy Storm under the enemies. Storm deals magic damage, prevents anyone from healing but themselves. Prevents enemies from receiving any healing from anyone but themselves for 5 seconds. So this allows Ziri to actually heal herself. So you can heal yourself, you just can't heal anyone else. Mighty Snowball. Biscuit creates a magic snowball and throws it at the first enemy who heals themselves. The snowball deals magic damage and slows the enemy down. Now, I don't know if this would work with someone like Ziri because Ziri's going to be burrowed. I don't know if they can get hit during that time. That would be interesting to test out. I want to see if we can do that later today. Then Stay and Chill. Attacks made by the owner reduce the healing received by the enemy for 5 seconds. Now, I kind of think that this is cool with Celeste because it stops healing, but it also reduces the healing received, which to me, I don't know if that means that the damage that is done instead of the healing is lessened. So I don't know. We'll see how that works out. But magic attack and armor. The reason this is a great combination of bonus stats is because Celeste is really weak to physical attacks, right? And we're talking specifically Cornelius's rune attack, right, which does physical damage even though it's based off of his magic attack. So this might help Celeste survive instead of getting one shot. Plus, magic attack, I believe, is Celeste's, well, it's an important stat for Celeste. I don't think it's her main stat because I think intelligence is her main stat, but let's double check. Stats. Main stat is intelligence. So yeah, it won't necessarily improve all of her stats, but magic attack is definitely one of the main stats that Celeste's skills revolve around. Almost, I mean, 2 of them, 3 of them. So these 3 skills, other than the 3rd skill, Limbo, all are related to her magic attack. So magic attack makes sense when we're looking at Celeste and King Biscuit. Let's see. So there's that. Let's see, what else am I missing here? What happens when you have all hero soul stones with the soul stone chest? Basically, you just have extra chests you don't know what to do with. That's kind of where I'm at. So all my heroes are all absolute, right? They're all absolute. We can verify they're all there. Right, they're all absolute. It did take a while, let me say that. So they're all absolute. And now I still have the boxes, right? And I still have the option. I can pick any one. But basically what happens is they automatically get changed into soul stones at the soul shop. So like, let's say I get Jet, for example, right? Now I can only just trade them in. That's like, so I get 5,000 of these soul coins, I believe. Let me double check. So we just got 500, or no, we get 500 soul coins. So it's worth 100 soul coins per 1 soul stone, right? So that makes sense. So that's how that works with the soul shop. And I'm just going to go ahead and just buy all these because I can. We'll get this fragment as well. Don't need that. Nope. But yeah, that's kind of how it works. So you still get the, the chests. you still get the soul stones. You just automatically trade them in, unfortunately, is how it works. So there's that. Let's see. And going back to King Biscuit. So King Biscuit, let's go ahead and test with him a little bit. I haven't done it all yet, I'll be honest. Oh, can we? We can't do it yet, right? Because we don't have testing with the pet. Ooh, that's my fault. I should have thought of that, but that's okay. All right. So anyway, with King Biscuit, I like the idea of Celeste. The other options were Aurora. I don't really like Aurora with this because I think Aurora works better with Kane. I realize Kane is good with Dante as well, but I just don't think it makes sense for the most part to use Kane on, I mean, yes, okay, physical attack, but physical attack is still relevant to Aurora's basic attack and not her ult, right? So it's still relevant, then it adds the dodge. So, I mean, I understand why someone might want to use both of these on Dante. It could be better for you depending on the matchup, but I don't know. I just like that better. Magic attack and armor could also work well on Aurora, but for me, because of the team that I use a team that's Aurora, the Twins, Celeste, and Sebastian. I think Biscuit would make more sense for me on that particular team on Celeste. And Aurora would work better with Kane. But I guess if you're doing a dodge-based team, I could see Biscuit being used on Aurora. I could see it. So I won't say that's not possible, but it's definitely possible. Okay, so we're gonna pick up some Chaos Particles here. We might as well pick up some Pet Potions as well. Don't really, I mean, I guess we need them for Biscuit because Biscuit needs some more to upgrade. But let's see, we got 115 of these portal charges just from buying them. And let's see, I was in the middle, well, I started an adventure, I thought, but maybe I didn't. Oh, we got an invite. Kind of would like to finish the level 130s, but I don't know, I'm not in a rush. We'll come back to that. Okay, so there's that. We're looking at, and I mean, I like King Biscuit. I think King Biscuit could definitely be an asset to any particular team. I just think that the best options right now are going to be Aurora and Celeste. It depends on who your team is. Heidi could be good too, I think. Let's see. Let's look at Heidi. Let's take a look at Heidi. Heidi with the magic attack would be good, but now the question is the armor defense. Let's see. Armor defense. Yeah, her armor defense is pretty weak, or his armor defense is pretty weak. But I don't know. I think if you have enough dodge, okay, I don't know what he's doing with that snake there. But anyway, I think with more dodge, I mean, I don't know. I think Heidi is an option. I don't know if it's the best option. Orion might be a good one. Let's take a look. Orion here. Orion stats. Magic attack would obviously help Orion. Armor, that would definitely help Orion too. So this would help you if you're facing like someone who has a Yasmin on their team and they're targeting your Orion. I would say Biscuit might be a good option for you. So I think the best ones so far I'm seeing are Aurora's good. Celeste is probably the better one out of the two. But then Orion looks pretty nice as well. I think Helios doesn't necessarily benefit much from this unless you're facing a stronger Yasmin than your Helios. Does that make sense? So if your Helios would get knocked out by Yasmin because he can't ult fast enough or he's not strong enough, that would be one time I would consider putting King Biscuit on Helios. But otherwise, I think your best options in order would be Celeste, Orion, and Aurora. I think those three are probably your best bet when you're patronizing or patronaging. Patronaging? When you're using King Biscuit as a patron. Let's go with that. So yeah, there's that. I do have more absolute pets. Yes, I got very lucky. I got No. I got Fenris. Fenris to absolute recently. I needed 3 pet soul stones, and I got it in an egg. So Fenris is now absolute. Albus, Mara, Axel, and Kane. Oliver's still getting closer. Merlin's very far away, and obviously King Biscuit we're working on right now. Kind of looks cuter in the actual game than on the promos, which is interesting. But yeah, so there's that. Hola, Michael. Nice to have you here. Mr. Big, so I hit Grand Jackpot Mara pet. Congratulations, that's awesome. Debate is use portals on lower adventure to get blue stones, or use portals on adventure 9, highest I got. Then buy stones with pinky cubes. Mr. Big, go with the higher ones you can go for, especially if you can go all through with 4 chests. If you can't do 4 chests, then do the next highest one you can do with 4 chests. And then use the pinky cubes. So that's the best move. But congratulations, Mara's a great pet. Mara is really good, I believe, with Isaac. That is who I have her patron to. Obviously, it depends on your team, but I do have my Mara patroned to Isaac. But congrats, Mr. Big. That's awesome. Okay. Oh yeah. I got lucky on web account with 100 pet soul stones of Kane. Sadly for your team, you don't need him. Well, Wally, you never know, though. Kane can still be helpful for a secondary team if you so desire. I mean, obviously, I know it's hard when you're making a brand new account. You want to focus on your main team. But you never know. Sometimes it helps to have a secondary pet. Plus, patronage is always important. So having a strong pet that's patroned is not always bad. I would say that counts as lucky for Wally. Yes. Only had 39 summoning eggs. There you go. Aurora finally reached a violet +3 while you guys were talking, but also lost my gold. Yes, gold is a very, very love-hate relationship with that. I mean, you sometimes need a lot of gold and sometimes you don't. It's crazy. I mean, I'd say 99% of the time in the game you need gold. But yeah, sometimes it works out where you don't need as much. So there's that. Let's see. Arena, we're ranked 7 now. We were ranked 1 for a little while. But it doesn't really matter. I think I ended up getting the gold. I got the emeralds there. So we finished with rank 1. I think I've done it a couple times. Let me see. Check frames. Because I think there's a frame that asks for how many times. Okay, so we've finished first in Arena or Grand Arena 4 times during our daily rankings. So we've got another 26 more to go. But, I'd say with my team so far, not the worst thing there. I got Isaac and Leanne as options. I think Isaac is better, but it depends on who you're facing, of course. Okay. Wonder why Nexus does not let us use pets in the guild chat to test them out. Movie Star, I'll tell you why. I actually asked the exact same question the other day. The reason is that the developers have not gotten around to it. There's no other good reason other than the developers haven't added it in yet. Unfortunately. So it's the engineers, right, who work on Hero Wars who've been creating these new things. Like we got a brand new pet King Biscuit. We got we're going to have a brand new hero Tristan in 2 months, right? So they're working on these things that are not official, and that on the Tristan thing, that's unofficial. That is not confirmed yet. That's just my opinion. But yeah, so I would say with that, you never know. But the biggest thing is the developers are just not making them yet. So that's why we don't necessarily have pet testing yet. We've been asking for it. We've been asking for it, I promise. Hola, Eduardo. Nice to have you here. Thank you for coming to the live stream. She helps out Leanne too, Mara, that is. Yeah, no, definitely. It just depends on your opponent, obviously. And if you're using Leanne versus Isaac. Programming, yeah, the biggest thing is the engineers. They don't have enough time to, and I guess they were struggling with implementing it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. In my cart team, should I have Isaac? How can I team them up? Great question, Michael. Here's how I usually go, and it's usually for attack. I usually try to set up my team as follows. So I use Kark, Sebastian, Faceless, Isaac, and Astaroth. This is my current setup with Isaac. I find it very effective, especially when I'm facing someone. Let's see, who has Elbow maybe has a. Okay, here we go. Here's a Twins team, and so we can watch the replay on this. But I find that Isaac is just great against Twins, and Celeste is obviously a magic attacker. Martha's a magic attack based hero, right? Even though she's a healer. So I just find that this is a really good use of Mara with Isaac, right? So what you'll see here is that we've got the pet doing some damage, right? Pet's healing over here. And what you'll see is Celeste just got knocked out. And now there's a silence going on here. So Sebastian's not able to do anything. And we have the skill of Mara that's turning Krista against her team there briefly. and now she's in her crystal, but now she's also fighting on the wrong team again. She's hurting Martha, and now my Kark is basically able to just take out the rest of the team on his own. 5v1, Chris is not going to win that one. So that's just one way it can go. Maximum or auto. Christine, I think we're talking about max and auto, I think all around. We just can't really test with it enough. So there's that. Gotta go. All right. Have a good one, Christine. Thank you for stopping in. No healer. Yes, I personally do not go with a healer on this particular team because I just find that it's not necessary. I mean, I think healers are good, but I think healers right now are going to struggle with King Biscuit coming in, right? I don't know how effective King Biscuit will be for sure, but I think Martha will be less viable as an option depending on how effective King Biscuit will be, and we'll find that out very soon. I'm going to try to work on my King Biscuit to get him to a level where I can use him at least on purple and use him in the manual tests, right, and see how that goes, and hopefully I'll be able to do that on the stream with you guys. Hey, Grapnell, nice to have you here in the middle of the night. I think that's a song. But anyway, thank you for coming in. I think Leanne edges Isaac out with Mara. They both ult everyone and do a buff. However, Leanne will do a buff every time she's attacked. I think it depends on the positioning, but I definitely could see that being the case. I just really like Isaac. Isaac works great with Kark. Because if we look at the artifacts, activation chance, 100%, armor penetration, which means that it's meant for physical attackers, right? Because armor is for defense, which is based on physical defense. Kark is a physical attacker, and with extra armor penetration, the synergy here between these two is crazy good. Now, if we're talking about Leanne, Leanne's great, right? Leanne is great. There's no doubt about that. The question, though, is would Leanne be great with a Kark team? In my opinion, probably not, because Leanne's focused on magic attack. And so, with that being said, you'd probably want to use someone who has magic attack on that team to maximize the synergetic capability of Leanne and her teammates, right? So that's just what I'm thinking. Of course, Leanne is still very good. Nothing against Leanne. I just don't think with Kark, because I was talking about Kark and that Kark team with Isaac. I think Isaac would be better with Kark than Leanne in most scenarios. Isaac does do loads of damage, and he's great with physical attackers. That's what I got to say about that. On mobile, it's a little bit different with Isaac, but yeah, for sure. But yeah, fast. So basically, my approach with my attacking team is no healers. I mean, defense is pretty similar, but my attack team is really all about no healers because I just want to take out the opposing team before they even have a chance to really get going. So that's kind of my approach. Now, I realize that's not the conventional approach, but I think there's more and more teams that are less conventional. So sometimes you got to match up with those less conventional teams, and a lot of players don't have the capability of having 2 or 3 healers, right? That's kind of a luxury, and I'm not at a point where I have 2 or 3 healers available. My Celeste on this account is not as strong as I'd like, so I can't really use her as often as I'd want, and I don't know that she'd necessarily work that great with my Kark on this particular team that I have going. So there's that. Let's see. We do have some exchanging to do because I need to get more of these Titan Skin Stones. I have improved some of my Titans, which is exciting, but I still have a long way to go. Let's take a look there. Let's go ahead and get these Titan Skin Stones up there. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's probably not a bad call. I think Arachne might be a physical attacker, so maybe consider having an alternative with that, Mr. Big. But overall, not a bad squad. Not a bad squad at all. Let's take a look. Artifacts here. We're upgrading Moloch. I have officially completed the skins on Moloch. Probably used a few more emeralds than I should have, but the skins are both done. So that leaves Sigurd, Nova, Ignis, Mary, and Vulcan. Currently working on Sigurd. And we can't really do much on the health skin. So we're going to go with the elemental armor. Do what we can, making Sigurd a little bit stronger. But yeah, so I did end up completing the skins on my Mullock. Took a while, but artifacts, we also got the first artifact to level 120. Still a ways to go with the second one, but we're making progress. So that is where I'm at with uh, my Titans. You can see they've improved a little bit. And now I'm working on Mary and getting this one to this particular water crown to 5 stars. Pretty far off, but we're getting there. Hall of Fame, we ranked decent. Ranked decent. Altar of Elements, we'll open. I probably should have opened. I think. Well, I might as well just open them all. I wanted to inquire about the pet pairing of Mara and Leanne or Isaac, not team building with Kark. Yeah, so I guess if we're just talking about pet pairing, I would say based on your particular team, Leanne is better. Negro. But I personally, I think it depends on your team. So I think Mara with Leanne is great, and I think Mara with Isaac is great. It's just going to depend. So if Leanne is better for a magic attacker facing a magic attacking team, in my opinion, physical attack teams kind of tend to do better against Mara. Magic attack teams do a little bit less well against Mara, and Leanne specifically. So I think Leanne with Mara is good, but you'd want to be using that with a magic attack team versus probably more likely a magic attack team. But if you face a physical attack team, it'll still play, just not as effective. But then with Isaac, you would want Isaac against a magic attack team as well. Just a physical attacker would be the main crux of your team. So I think if your team is a magic attack team, use Leanne with Mara. If your attack is a physical based team, use Isaac. That's what I'm going to say with Mara. Hopefully that makes sense. It's just basically the difference is your team physically based, use Isaac. If it's more magic based, use Leanne. That's kind of where I'm going with that. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions, feel free to ask, and I can try to clarify a little bit better. Yeah, Mara with Orion, I think could be interesting. Let's see, Mara with Orion. I haven't seen that combo particularly, but let's check it out. I think Orion with Biscuit would be really cool. Let's see. Stun, yeah, I could see that. So there's some good stun there. What about the bonus stats? So magic attack, magic defense. Okay, so Mara with Orion could be good. Is Orion an option? Orion is an option. So that could also be something to work with if you're looking at Mara's patronage specifically. But I guess if we're just talking about who we were talking about Isaac and Leanne. If we're just talking about those two, I think it would depend on your team. My team on web loves Mara. Almost everyone can use her. Yes, Mara is very good. Thanks for sharing the breakdown, buddy. Yeah, no problem. No problem. I definitely think that is the best use of Leanne versus Isaac. It just depends on who's around your team. So if you're using Magic Attack, Leanne. If you're using a mainly physical attack, you want to go with Isaac. I like to extend the charm time for Leanne. Yes. I mean, I think that's one of the best things about Mara is that she does extend that time period, and that's just crazy. That to me makes Mara one of the most underutilized pets in the game. I see a ton of people using Oliver, which is okay, but it just doesn't make the most sense to me in most scenarios. I think Axel's phenomenal. I mean, still, Axel, Mara, and Biscuit right now are probably some of the better pets. I love Kane too. Just you need to have a dodge specific team if you're going to use Kane. I think Merlin and Fenris, I don't know. I haven't seen them used effectively just yet. Albus is great against boss type uh, enemies. So I would be talking like Seymour, right? The last boss in campaign, or Outland. Albus is amazing. So just a couple times I would use Albus as opposed to someone else. Getting a lot of recommendations. A level 1. Don't think I'm going to do that one. But that's okay. We'll check that out later. Airship. We have everything going, which is good. And let's see. The map. Not a new one yet. We got an hour before the new map. But okay, we can't get any more. We've got a good amount of Frosty coins. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hop over to my alternate. Well, say alternate. My Sorry, my roommates downstairs are screaming. Anyway, okay, my server 51 account, because I want to go ahead and open some of these frosty boxes. That's what I milk her for, Mara. Okay. What about Arachne with Mara? I think Arachne with Mara. I'd have to double check what Arachne's stun skills are like before I can give you an accurate read game. Let me double check as soon as I hop onto this server 51 right here, and I'll let you know. So let me look at how long the stun is based off of Arachne. Let's take a look. Let's find Arachne here. Did I pass Arachne? Arachne. Okay. So hyper jump stuns 5 seconds. Okay, decent. Stuns. Stuns. Oh, this is a magic attack. Okay, I keep forgetting because they switch Arachne physical and magical attack twice already. So actually, I think I told someone that I thought that was physical attack. You're good with your team there, Mr. Big, because Arachne is magic attack. My mistake. They keep switching it though, so I got confused. But they've done it twice. Arachne used to be physical attack initially. They changed it to magic attack. Physical attack again. Now magic attack. And I think on mobile, it's still different. I think mobile is still physical. I gotta double check. But they've been messing with Arachne a lot. So bottom line is Arachne would not be bad with Mara. But I still kind of tend to like Leanne a little bit better because of that charm skill. Just a really good skill to have. I think Arachne is not bad though. Still very viable. I just think Leanne's a little bit better with Mara than Arachne. Even though Arachne is very tanky, she does a very good job of surviving, which makes her very useful. But I don't know if she's quite as effective, generally speaking, as Leanne. And I think Leanne, the reason I like Leanne a little bit more is because Leanne will be able to cover more heroes in one time, whereas Arachne really focuses mainly, right, on one hero at a time or the front line. And the problem with frontline heroes is they get knocked out, or basically you can take them out a lot faster anyway. So it's not always the best move to stun them for a long period of time because in the backline still attacking. So sometimes I think Leanne would probably be better 90% of the time over Arachne in terms of Mara with the patronage. But overall, not bad. So you want to think of a team around that. Okay, so I would probably use someone, usually Arachne is very effective. If you're thinking about that, use Arachne with Maya. Maya and Arachne are a very good combination. I like Maya in the second spot, so you're going to have to figure out a hero that goes in front of both Maya and Arachne. But Maya in the second spot is lethal, does a lot of damage, a lot of poison damage, and also pulls enemies toward the center, and Arachne will just allow for more damage on those. So I just like that combination generally. I know that it's been very effective. Before Hyper Jump was focused on a singular hero, it would just, it'll still be very effective because it's going to stun nearby enemies. And then when Maya pulls all the heroes together, right? Because Maya pulls the hero farthest on the right and farthest on the left together and basically crams everyone together. When Arachne does Hyper Jump and hits the middle, that stun's going to basically have a wave of effect around all those heroes. So that's why I like the Arachne and Maya combination. It's very rarely used because a lot of people don't get Maya early enough in game. Now it's a little bit different. More people are getting Maya, which is good. But I think that combination is one to consider. Arachne with Maya is very good. A mixed team to counter many teams: Aurora, Celeste, Fox, Kira, and Helios. Got Isaac and Seb to swap in when I feel for it. Definitely a good counter team, I will say. Aurora's amazing, Celeste good, Fox is great. Kira is also very good, and Helios is great. Isaac is amazing. Seb is a great option as well. The only hero that I see you missing for counters would be Jorgen. And even that, I don't even think you necessarily need Jorgen, Grapnel, but I think that overall your squad is very, very countery. I like it. Yes, O Negro is right. That could definitely be a solid squad, especially if you use Mara as a team pet. Could be great. Um, Helios is great. Backdoor counter for Jew team, counter, yep. Basically, Helios is great against anyone who can do critical hit damage. So that's really a huge key of anyone who's using Helios, right? So anyone who has critical hits, that's Yasmin, that would be Jew, that would be, I mean, even Kira sometimes. So, okay, let's go ahead and open, let's grab some of these Frosty Coffers, 35. I'm just going to open them here right now on the stream. Let's go ahead and do that. So what's in the Frosty Coffers? Let's open 35 of them and find out. Got more Frosty Coffers. We got some eggs, and this is what I'm talking about. So you grab the eggs and you hold on to them, right? So the tough thing is obviously not opening your eggs, but if you wait until Biscuit gets added to the egg selection, it's going to be an option because basically they can't limit the options on the egg tree, right? So the egg can't be limited, right? The eggs is going to just pull someone from the pet summoning tree. And if Biscuit gets put in there eventually, which I think that, ooh, there is frames in here. Something to check out there, but there's a frame right there. The icy frame. Ooh, I like that. That's kind of cool. So we still got more coffers to open, and we're getting more eggs. And so this is what I'm talking about. So you just keep grabbing eggs, and if you don't open them and you wait, which it's going to be a long wait, but if you wait until King Biscuit gets added, you could potentially get a lot of soul stones that way as well, right? I'm not saying it's the best way. I'm not saying it's the worst way. I'm just saying it's one way you could also get soul stones of King Biscuit just later on. You're basically just getting a bunch of different pet items, right? And then you're going to wait with your eggs. And as soon as King Biscuit gets added to the tree of summoning for those pets, you could use these eggs and use them there. Now, I don't know. It depends on your strategy, but it's one way you could go with the Sanctuary, right? So you can go pet summoning, wait until they add King Biscuit here, right? Just like they add new heroes. It does take a while usually. With new heroes, right? They add in a new hero, and then you just wait until it gets added, right? And then you can get them. I don't know how long it will take. I know with the heroes, they wait until a couple new heroes get added to add them to the chests, but I don't know how it'll play out with pets. That's just one option. Just saying. Okay, let's see. I only use Jorgen for bosses. Definitely works. Definitely works. I use Aurora, Maya, Arachne, Celeste, Sebastian on defense. Erasti, I actually love that team. That's a great team. Who do you use as your main pet? That's my question. But I love that team though, Erasti. And that's one team that I would probably recommend generally is that kind of a lineup because I really like the way that you have Aurora there, right? Massive dodge, great for the team. Maya's great, and Arachne is great. They have great synergy together, Maya and Arachne. Celeste is a great healer, and Sebastian's just an all-around one of the best heroes in the game. I don't think that's even disputable, and so that's not a bad team. When they get stunned and they get hit, do they get unstunned like Charm? My understanding is that is not how stun works, but let me double check. I don't think so, though. Let me double check. I don't think so because I don't see anything here. Stunning enemies, stunning enemies. I don't really see anything specific to stun here that would indicate that, but I'd have to look a little bit more into it. Maybe the, let's see, Hero Wars stun. Let's see what happens here. The wiki might know a little bit more than I do. Hero Wars stun. Oh, nope. This just gives me the overview. No, I'm not seeing anything that directly will address that. My understanding is that stun is just stun, so like a hero can't do anything for a while and you're just stuck there. I've never seen it get waved off like the Leanne Charm, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. I think stun just stuns, and it doesn't necessarily change anything. Also, I'm totally going to change this frame because I totally think that's cool. The icy frame. That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay, sorry, back to this. I use Aurora. That's a great team. I'll try out Maya and Arachne combination too. Yeah, I think that's a good team. I don't know how much I would like to see that as an opponent, but that's a great squad. Losima and Vari, Yaz, Celeste, Orion, and Jet. I like it, Bass. I think the biggest obstacle for you will be getting Jet, because Jet to Absolute is a momentous task. But if you can do it, awesome. But overall, I like the team, though. I definitely like the team. The only hero that I like to see maybe with that is maybe Dorian or Sebastian. I like Orion with Dorian a lot. But overall, I really do think that that team's a very effective one, Bass. I like it. Stun is stun, locked until they turn it on. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Negro. I think it's just stun is just stun. It's not like Charm where a hero can just kind of get back into the matchup if they get hit. It's not how it works. My team is Astaroth, Maya, Arachne, Astrid, and Lucas, Thea. Once I get Martha, then I'll switch out Thea for the fast effect. That should be good. Should be good. I think the only other thing that could make your team stronger, Wally, is maybe swapping in Aurora for Astaroth, but it's not really necessary. If you're focusing on Astaroth, you're good. Overall, I like that, Wally. That's good. That's a good combination there. I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and you know what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do the picker wheel. We're going to have 2 lucky winners today on this particular stream. So we're going to go ahead and do this right now to see who is the lucky winner. Let me go back to my main account though first, so then I can send rewards if someone's here on stream. And we can send it out right away, ASAP, no hesitation, right? Okay, well, if my game would cooperate, let's see. So here we go. All right, Hero Wars. Oh, Hero Wars. Make sure we're going back to server 35, which will have all the rewards, and I can show you. I think we're out of skin rewards for this particular month on Facebook. Let's take a look. So yeah, we have 3 rewards for 30 keys, 10 eggs, 30 summoning spheres, and we have 3 rewards for 5 bottled energy, 500,000 gold, and 3 portal charges. So those are your options if you win for this month. 6 total left. We're going to be doing 2 winners today. So let's see. I'm hoping everyone has good luck. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and do the first spin right now. Ooh, it has a sound effect. Was not ready. We're going to turn that down. And the winner is Alan Gill. So our first winner is Alan Gill. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Let's go to YouTube real quick. And let's see if he is available to potentially claim his reward. I will send him a message, tell him congrats. Let's see, let's go comments. Let's look for Alan Gill. So we're going to go ahead and say congrats. You have been chosen by the Wheel of Fate. Sounds way more intense than it was. But anyway, congrats, you've been chosen. Please contact me as soon as possible to claim your reward. All right, so with that, we will see if Alan gets back to me, hopefully by the end of next week. And if not, we will keep translating over those rewards. We're going to have 1 more winner. So we're just going to go ahead and spin right now, get straight to it. And after this, I'll probably hop onto web for a little bit and see if I can do a little bit of stuff there. So Fistons is a web player and has 1 here with the lucky spin. So I'm going to have to write this down because I don't have the rewards for web just yet. We're going to make a note. So Fistons is a winner with the 16874442 as their ID. So they will be winning as soon as I get the rewards for web. So they are our first web winner. And we haven't even officially had a web raffle yet, but they are the first winner for web. We will do 1 more because, again, I can't give out a web reward just yet until next month, as I've been told. So we're just going to go until we find someone who's a Facebook winner, and let's see what happens here. But yes, congratulations to Fiston. Let's see, Mr. Big with the win. All right, so Mr. Big, I think we saw you here earlier on the stream. Hopefully you're still with us here. If you are, I would love for you to tell me which reward you would like. Congratulations, Mr. Big. I got your ID written down here. And can you tell me, when you get a chance, which particular gift package you would like? I know you may or may not be here. If not, then you can contact me a little bit later as well. But congratulations. Let's see. I will have someone say something to you. See if we can add him as well. I don't have access to adding someone right now, but if someone could add him, that'd be great. Mr. Big. Okay, yes, thank you. Yeah, his luck continues. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, no skin, but we do have a couple of options here. So you could get 10 pet summoning eggs with 30 summoning spheres and 30 keys, or you could get the 5 bottled energy, 500k gold, and 3 portal charges. And that is on web. Okay, Mr. Big. Would you rather have that be on your Facebook account? We could do it like that. Or if you would rather defer it to your web account and have that be at a later date, we could do that as well. And then we would just spin again. So your call, Mr. Big. Whatever you want to do, we will be flexible with. Portals, but on web. Okay, so you want the portals, but you want them on web. Okay, so Mr. Big, I can't send that right now, I'll be honest. Is that still okay? Because I know you want the portals, but I can't give it to you until at the earliest the 15th, because currently I don't have the rewards. Is that okay? Just want to double check that we're on the same page. So I know you probably stepped away there for a second, but I just want to double check. Is that cool with you, Mr. Big? We good? If not, then I will give you something else. But if not, let me know. Hopefully it's okay though. Wait, you want the eggs? Oh, Negro wants to spin right now. Oh gosh. You want the eggs, okay. So, Mr. Big, do you want that on a Facebook account, or do you want that still on your mobile or on your web account? You just want it later. Oh, Negro really wants this spin. Later date. Okay, so we will give that to your web account at a later date. And I have made a note that you want the eggs, as well as the, let's see, you want the eggs, you want eggs, gold, and portal charges. Oh, wait, no, eggs. Here we go. Eggs, keys, and summonings. So I made a note. So you will be getting that when I get those rewards, Mr. Big. They will be distributed to you in about a week and a half, give or take, probably. Congratulations, though, and we will spin that wheel just like OO Negro wants right now. We'll see who's lucky, who's feeling it. All right, so our winner is Strahil Dimitrov. So that is our winner. Congratulations, Strahil. I will be making a note right here. Let's go ahead and see Strahil. Here we go. So they have been subbed for over a year. Congratulations. That is dedication. I love to see that. Congrats. You have been chosen by, I'm just going to call it the Wheel of Fate. I'm liking that name right now. So we're just going to stick with it as soon as possible to claim your reward. So congratulations, Strahil. I hope you are happy with the options that are available. If not, I'm sure we can work something out. But so far, congratulations to our winners today. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. Couldn't have gotten these rewards without your help. And I'm very excited to say that, we already have 2 web winners, and I'm going to hopefully be getting those rewards for web here in the next month. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are as well. We are definitely having a great time. So congratulations. Hopefully we have a Facebook winner right now. Yeah, I hope so too. I just messaged them. We'll figure it out, and if not, then next week we'll do more spins, which Oh Negro seems to really be into. So I'm about that. And yes, congratulations to our winners. So all right, let's see. So we are on web now, and I am just trying to make sure that I've done what I need to be doing for today on this web. Really just need to make sure, okay, so I've done all my quest stuff, which is good. We've got 41 royal desserts. Okay, I don't really like reading the backstory, unfortunately. I know they work hard on it, but time and place, now is not the time and place for me. Hola, Eduardo. I will, if you don't mind, putting that ID into the here, I will show you. So, Eduardo, if you can, try to find this video. And if you don't mind putting your ID here, this would be great. This is one spot you can put it. If you could put it on this particular video, that would be great. You do have to be subbed to the channel. But yes, feel free to put your ID on this so that I can make sure I lock it in so that people can make sure to look at it and make sure that we're following the guidelines on the rules of the contest. So please put your comment here if you don't mind, Eduardo. Then there's also a Discord channel. If you need the link is also here on the giveaway. And there's a giveaway description in there as well. So if you can try doing that, that would be awesome. Yes, thank you for the likes. I always appreciate Wally looking out and helping everyone hit that thumbs up button. It is amazing, and I love the support. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome. All right, so here we go. We're back to battling this. I want to just battle it enough so that I can get to the auto clear option. And I think with this account, I'm just going to be collecting a bunch of those frosty coffers as opposed to trying to get King Biscuit too far along, just because I think the cost benefit for King Biscuit after 4 stars is kind of difficult. So I'm just going to go ahead and just collect, we're just going to raid here, and we're going to collect some of, well, I definitely want to get at least the basic King Biscuit, so we'll get basic King Biscuit. But after that, I think I'm going to mainly focus on Frosty Coffers, but we'll hold off for right this second to make any final decisions. We have increased our level to 60, and our totem, as asked, how's my Dodge team going over there? Yes, Melissa, I will show you shortly, but let's take a look at my Titans first. I do have an Earth totem because that is who I decided to focus on. And I will show you my team shortly here, but let's take a look at the Earth. So I got Eden, pulled her, and so far my Earth team is pretty much complete. I have a Raji, Eden, or Angus, Silva, and Avalon. I still am really a little bit behind on my water team, right? Don't have Hyperion, nor do I have Mary. And on the fire side, I'm still lacking Vulcan. So we're short some Titans, but we're making progress. And here I'm going to upgrade this first skill a little bit. But you can see I've decided that I wanted to focus on my Earth team. We've got an Earth totem. I have 5k more emeralds. They're all going to be spent right here, right now, on one of these openings. So opening 100 of these fragments, why not? We're going to need to spend a bunch of emeralds here anyway. So we're going to pick up some items and see how that goes. We can now add in Eden's second artifact. Can we do anything else? Nothing crazy. It looks like we can activate Mary's second artifact. And we can activate Mullock's second artifact. So there's that. We will stop with that for right now on the Titan side. Well, I guess we do have the Elemental Tournament coin, so we may as well build up the Tank Titan. Probably don't need that much. Probably go with 90. That's good. Raji keeps appearing in your summoning spheres. It does seem to be the case right now. I've gotten to Raji a little bit too, so I will say I understand where you're coming from. Raji's very, I don't want to say popular, but he's definitely getting pulled a lot more than I expected on web right now. I don't know if it's just because of the hot weather. I don't know if it's, anything that they're doing on purpose, but it's interesting to know. All right, so let's get all of these skills at least to 1 star if we can, because, well, why not? Gonna need to do it anyway. especially for my main team. So there's that. We want to get this one there too. So a little over 30 would be good. Should be good, hopefully. There we go. And then we want to get Silva's first artifact as well. We're going to need about 50 of these. We'll stop with that. That's a good start, right? We got all the first artifacts. Our Titans are super weak, but that's okay. It's a start. Plus we have the first totem fragment. I mean, we even ranked at one point here. I got like 50. Well, I say we ranked, but let's see. We got to tournament. I got 50 gold, but I don't know if, or 50 emeralds. So I guess everyone's getting emeralds now, huh? On web, which is crazy because on mobile, or sorry, on Facebook, not mobile, on Facebook, you don't even get emeralds for ranking 1,000 or lower. So kind of cool that you get it just for even showing up. You get some emeralds. I mean, these are cool as well, but I think the emeralds are kind of a big deal, especially just for an attendance reward. Kind of cool. Appreciate that. I mean, I think there's probably fewer web players than there are Facebook, but still kind of a cool sentiment that Hero Wars is giving out those rewards. Let's see. So our hero team is not doing too bad. We are level 60 across the board. I would like to get my Kane further starred, but we're still a little far away. But overall, Aurora's looking good. Dante's doing well. Isaac, Heidi, and I still have Daredevil in my lineup. Haven't really found a good replacement just yet, but that's kind of where we're at. I would like to get more Soul Stones of Heidi, but we're not quite there yet. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. I'm also considering working with maybe, who's I working with? Kind of want to build up Cornelius because I feel like Cornelius could be an asset in the long run of this particular server. I'm just seeing a lot of Celeste. So that's just my thought process so far. We'll see. We're working on it. I also like the idea of Maya and Arachne together after we talked about it. So it might be something to consider on my end. Might be something to consider. So that's how my team's looking so far. I like it. It's been doing pretty well. Arachne would be interesting to add to my team now that I realize that she is a magic attacker. Could be someone to replace even Daredevil, maybe even Isaac, depending on the situation. The other ones that I'm going to need to add for sure is going to be Sebastian. I need to add Sebastian at some point. I too have an Earth Titan team. Awesome. Love that. Earth teams for the win. Obviously, the Fire team is the easiest to get the Fire attack going. But, I think the Earth team is the best for Guild Wars specifically. So I think it's a pretty good choice. I think great minds think alike. So there we go. I hope all you guys have any source of soul stones. We're not really quite there right now, but we're working on it. We'll work on it. Building a water team on my second count, but Araji keeps appearing. Yeah, no, Araji's good though. I will say, even though Araji doesn't have the best health, his attack and speed are kind of really essential to most teams. Video 16, July to put ID. Yes, there will be a new video next month. So August, there will be a new one. They always start mid-month because that's when we get rewards. So there'll be a new one in about a week and a half. I'm good for the next 3 events that require soul stones. Very good. Up, down to 10K place, you get emeralds on Facebook. That's true. That's true. Need backdoor protection. There you go. All right, so here we go. We're just going to try to grind a couple of spots here. I forget even what I was trying to get some items, I believe. Let's see. We're going to just go ahead and basically fight 2 more fights, and I'll probably call it good on this particular stream. But yeah, Earth teams are definitely fun to build. I definitely like the timing of the... Well, I like the fact that with manual, you get to control when the Earth totem fragment kind of goes off, and it's very effective when you can use it right, and you just activate it right before like a stun of Nova, or right before Araji is about to ult, and just all that damage goes back to Araji. Crazy. But yes, it's definitely a cool totem to use, and I'm definitely a big fan of Earth teams. I was originally an Earth user. I still really like Earth teams. I use a Fire team on my second account, but on this one we're going back to the basics. We're going to the Earth team. I like that team a lot. So here we go. About to take down Astaroth, Kai, and Artemis. Then we'll probably call it a good on this particular live stream. But I do want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. You guys are always a great time. Really knowledgeable group. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the King Biscuit event as well. I personally am finding it pretty intriguing. I like King Biscuit as a hero. I really think King Biscuit goes well with Celeste. I mean, Aurora's even good if you have a Dante on your team and you want to put Kane there. This gives you a good second option pet-wise. Then Orion, I think, is good with Biscuit as well. So a couple good things there. Mara's great as well. Jay, the backdoor protection statement was for you. No one is protecting your backside. Yes, I understand. I understand. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for all your support. I want to thank you guys. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you guys potentially tomorrow for the morning live stream. And if not, I will see you guys next week on that particular stream. Thank you so much.